And we are back on the IoT Show. We are live from IoT Stars in Nuremberg, Germany, during Embedded World 2026. That's a very long sentence to say every single time, but I will. And I'm with Sergio. And Sergio will introduce himself, EBV Elektronik as well, when he is with. And we'll talk about Edge AI, its complexity, the need to have partners to help you in your journey. But prior to jumping into that, Sergio, can you tell us
Thank you very much, Olivier.
Thanks for
Nice to be here. Yes,
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Sergio Timpretti. I'm Vice President of Marketing at EBV Elektronik, a distributor in EMEA, part of Avnet, a worldwide group. And I'm here really to talk, to share our experience, our journey on the Edge AI.
Okay.
What is needed to get all working easy on this topic.
Yeah. Have you seen, so first question, you are in touch with customers asking for hardware solutions, and obviously, because you talk about Edge AI here, are you seeing a real pickup like early 26 and 2025 on these AI at the edge scenarios, or is it still?
No. I mean, this is really an interesting question because yes, we are deep on AI for at least 5-6 years, and we are now seeing much more interesting which application the one related to vision.
Okay.
So really to have on the edge the image, the object recognition for the industry, so surface quality checking, while access control, behavior, this kind of situation.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And yes, based on the request of the customer, we developed an approach that is not just proposing the component, the device that can come from various manufacturers, but to bring them to all the journey of starting from the idea, select the component, maybe go to a board. So here buy versus make is something that is really important, depends on also on the knowledge of the company, and putting them in touch with third party. They have a knowledge of specific things, and maybe then we can also a bit go deeper on this topic.
What I'm curious to know, that we know that AI at the edge has multiple interests. You have privacy in terms of the data. Data stays. Camera is a good example. You want the data to stay on premise, on the device, never goes out. Privacy is super important. Latency is another one.
Latency, right? Absolutely.
And then you obviously have other dimension and notions, but this is complex. There's a new dimension to building these kind of devices. In the past, we're building an embedded device. There's the hardware and then the sensors, operating system.
I mean,
now you have
let me go through this. You are right. There are privacy. We want to have all the data because there is no AI without data, and we want to keep it the privacy, image sensing of many of the measurement that can be no latency because we want to take the action immediately. This can be on industrial environment, automotive for all the others and so on. We want to keep also low power consumption. Energy is really something very, very interesting. So you can imagine instead to send to the cloud all the information and come back, you do fast and so on. But also the resilience system. So having on the edge, it gives you to get the solution up and running, let's say 100% of time. Instead, then go to cloud, there is this option and so on. And this makes a bit complex in which term, in which of all the enablement that is needed to take care of this. So we try always to advise a solution that has an ecosystem really good to let you to go on the vision system, on the IoT, on the sensing, all this kind of measurement that is letting you able to take the decision.
Okay. And one direction I was going is complexity. So your customers are in specific verticals or industries. They're experts in, I don't know, building material, excavation, constructions of buildings or whatever. They're not experts in AI. They're not experts very often in embedded development. So how do you deal with that? How do you help them?
I mean, we try to, and this is exactly what is happening. We meet customer in electronic environment or even in other areas. They explain us what they need to do, what is the needs that they have, and we try to guide them in a way to solve this issue. There was a company that was looking to check for the, let's say, plane, helicopter, the status of all the surface. So we were really advising to use drones with the camera and with all the model that was able to look on the surface if there is damage and so on for this kind of stuff. Or customer in industrial worlds, motor control, they want to do analysis or better, continuous monitoring, predictive maintenance. They know how to, out of the measurement, how to detect what is happening, but they don't know how to put together the fusion of all the sensors.
Yeah.
And we guide them. We put in touch with companies that are in this area expert to develop basically software.
Okay, awesome. So customers are not on their own. Do you see the proportion of customers who are still trying to do it themselves, or do they now really realize that this is out of their competency?
I mean, the one that try to do themselves are more on high-end AI application. The one that are using PC or big mainframe going to the cloud. The other one try really to get some part done. For example, we as a company, we developed a board. So with an MPU and a coprocessor, we give them all the BSP, all the infrastructure to get up and running a lot of application, robots. I mean, I was mentioning drones, but robotics in general that include the drones is the other area where we will see this area of development of edge AI.
Yeah, fascinating. I love that. So, Sergio, it's IoT Stars tonight. So we're going to go get a drink downstairs. What is the one thing that you're excited about in 2026 when it comes to our domain of expertise and where we're evolving?
I mean, this is really I mean, I want to say that will be a bit more mature the market to start seeing development of this application on the edge.
Yeah.
Like you were asking at the beginning, a lot of requests for several years, but the big volume and production is still not there. There are a lot of cameras around the world that are AI based, but on the application in the industry, on the street is not well diffused.
Okay. So you see an uptake of that? And
Yeah, I really think that this will be the year where we will start growing.
Well, maybe see you next year, and we'll do a little.
Absolutely, I will be really happy
Awesome.
to show and share some success story for this.
Awesome, Sergio.
Thank you very
Grazie
much,
mille.
Olivier.
Ci
It's been a pleasure. Ci
vediamo.
vediamo.
Me too. Ciao.